Welcome in, everybody. Thank you very much for your patience. We were just getting things started behind the scenes, really. A couple of tech issues, of course, but that is the nature. You know, we're trying to get in there smoothly.
Yeah.
Back online for the first time in a while here, but Nuke getting kicked off. And I've already... Okay, it was for Mini, thank goodness. I thought it was going to be a vent dive, but no. They've got other ideas here. As Monte starting off on this T side.
Oh my God,
out the first, they're going down the vent!
We're so bad.
Man?
We are so
bad. Oh my
bad.
God.
Vent dives for Monte.
This is crazy.
Shock horror as they go back towards B. And B must not lose his life, but a bomb plot will get out. Ooh.
Back up the vent. Okay.
Oh my God, no, why has he double pumped it? And now he's going to get out again. This is mental.
Seriously, back up the vent.
Yeah. But then bro's still here.
I don't know what to make of this, bro. Standing strong. Needs a couple more, maybe. It's not quite enough. 3-on-3 and the bomb plant coming in, and now an NRG that is completely displaced here now. Really not a good place for a lot of these players. Heavily split. Zoo with the retrieve Julies here. Looking to do the damage. Going to be denied. His teammate Afro in such a good spot, however. That lurking presence that maybe called them back towards A. Rainwaker peeking out, looking to finish things off. Not quite going to get it, but surely not going to happen. Sonic taps the bomb. Can he find this headshot here? Got to be quick with it. He's given a good chance, but he cannot land the shots.
So, the vent dive and back up.
I can respect it, though.
Yeah.
I like a bit of creativity with the economy. If it's well placed, I can be a really big fan of it.
The issue is, though, if you lose this, and especially if you can't make it expensive, then financially you're in a tough spot. But I love that break open on the smoke. Gizmi will go down. He was just a little bit too far forward, crossing outside. He's trying to do as he spams.
Just reveals himself, though, unfortunately. I think really weird kind of angle from Bro to deal with. Should be able to cut off the single door. 25 seconds. They're not feeling it, you know? They don't look really confident in this play. I'm sure there's conversations about should we maybe save, but they are giving it a look. No success, no dice. Rainwaker upstairs, 10 seconds left, doesn't find the important kill.
AK there.
That'll be that. Bemis is now going to try and save.
An enviable job. He's also made a step as well, so they know where he is. They hunt him at the tail end is the question for me. He's going to have a little look. He's going to go down. I don't think he needs to be fighting there, let's be honest. But he's also worried that potentially there's A-side players wrapping from outside, so he can't afford to go and sit in towards Secret.
Potentially.
Like the little Microsoft Paint on top of it.
I love a Microsoft Paint thumbnail. Me and my friends really fell out about that. You know when you try and like start the YouTube when you're like 12 or whatever, we really fell out about No!
Oh, we're back to basics. Back to basics. Chase them, bro.
They're ready. They're already ready. They're already ready. There's two down here. There's a guy in the vent ready to chase. Like, come on, the vent dive has been solved by now. Ooh, maybe not though. Zulu, nice shot from him. Grim trade, that's the bomb hitting the deck out in the open. Really good spot to be in, and here is that quick flank to see it off. It's one of those things, isn't it? Sometimes in a round you'll call care for the rush, guys are going to be like on a low buy. Feel like you're playing Monte, you watched that game yesterday, like care for the vent dive every round.
On Orged as well, so exciting times for them. They're flying up the rankings. At the moment, playing so much CS and a lot of consistency. They actually had a day, I made a little tweet about it, but they had a day the other day where they had 7 games scheduled. And because it was floated, because maybe even expected for NRG to be banning into it, it potentially opens up the door for things to be a little messy in that map number 2. And so we were kind of putting quite a lot of priority on Monte doing well on their pick. How is he not dead? The nade might see him off, or in fact, Bro will. Gets one, but a quick trade going to come through from B-Mass. Here is a bountiful flank brewing as Grim makes that move. He catches Azu, and he will just tuck his head back around the corner. He found a little gap on that smoke. Nitro, surely, again, a bit of an off angle here, but cleared out. However, what can they do with Sonic? Just for one for him. 2 versus 2. Grim, again, going to remake that move. Coming through, Rainwaker going to check, and he gets tagged, but he'll find him. Yikes. And a missed shot with the AWP. OC had to do something a little daring. A lot of smokes towards our side, and Sonic will try and break one open to spam, but they've crossed with an AWP in just a moment. You're going to contact in towards the big green. It should be an easy one. Oh, or not. Gizmi, nice work.
Uncommon angle, man. Works against you from time to time, as I think AWPers are really used to routine. That works against it for sure. Sonic caught completely off guard. Couple rounds for this guy now where he's not quite locked in, not quite head in the game. Grim, however, has been hidden down here, waiting and
yeah.
biding his time. He's looking so good. These multi-frag moments, whenever they're presented to him, it seems he's capitalizing. He just needs some assistance. He needs a teammate. And Nitro being the only one left.
12 and 2 for
Has
Grim.
to get in here. Oh, this is so scary on the timing. Bemis, though, really well played in between the two angles on a pretty consistent basis. Leaves Grim to ace up in order to win this round, and it's not going to happen. Monte closing the gap.
Yeah, it's nice for consolation kills, but back in place for NRG. I mean, realistically, like the CT side have built up a wealth of econ at the start, so they've got plenty of money to work with, but Sonic will fly in towards the fight, and that'll cost him his life. A very, very early death for him.
So really has to be perfect here.
Yeah. They're in a good spot for it, though, NRG. This could still be really messy. I mean, there's 3 players here.
Yeah, they're
Goes
so
back
ready.
over. Nice find. There's the first.
OC with that orb, looking for a little bit more. Rainwaker does manage to chime in through the smoke. He keeps him coming, but so does OC. Grim on high, and the stack is paid off.
15.
Ultimately, gives me not a lot of time to work with some missed shots, but he just gets overwhelmed. I think they really needed to hit the ground running and not necessarily dominate, but be the team in control.
I agree.
Maybe that'll happen into the second half if we keep all these types of arguments up, but they feel like they need to steal some control back with a quick move out towards A. Bemis to find that first, but Bro is in a really unlikely spot here. Ooh, and there's some info coming in on it. Zuru now spotted. Patience could pay off here because there is that. Okay, flank doesn't matter. Gizmi, I think, has just completely flattened Grim down, who'd been working on that position for so very long. And the A bomb site overwhelmed here. Not happening. Maybe an argument for a couple of these players to save. That's the AWP.
Yeah.
Sending in a 2 versus 4 that did not look likely. So that'll certainly make a difference going into the final round.
I guess thankfully if Sonic saves there, they're going to have money for it to drop over for an AWP.
Yeah.
But
Grim.
honestly, saving is really unlikely. Yeah,
Ooh,
and he's seeing off for the end. Nice work for Azu, right? Just a little double check. One of those, right, where I feel like with a buy as janky as this, you have to just hope you get a bit fortunate with a gambled fight.
Yeah. We'll see. Bro forced off. Lucky to be alive, to be fair.
Yeah.
As they're really trying to fight him here. He will get one. Nitro on the back of the site that we've got to keep the eyes on. Grim's moved in quick, but he's dealt with quick. Solid advantage now and plenty of options available.
Oh.
Down the vent. Nitro trying to catch them and isolate them. Not going to happen. Sonic caught on a reload, and he will indeed go down. 6-6. Very, very curious to see how these opening rounds are going to go.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
I don't believe it. I do not believe it.
Bro, have you
The
not
vent-
learned the lesson?
The
Where do
vent
they
is
stand?
Monte's, bro.
Yeah.
The vent, you can't get in there. You cannot get in there, NRG. We'll be traded.
Give me a Monte graffiti. On,
Yeah. That's what
on
they
vent.
need to do. Get the logo down. Sonic, though, with some pretty big kills here. He's going to wrestle back that control. Bemis has taken a lot of damage. Grim is somehow in behind its work, but he finds the kill. And the pistol is going to slip away from Monte here quite easily. I think these remaining 2 players will save what they have, take the armor into the next round. 2 actually giving it a look. Clean kill for the first.
Unscathed.
Do not write them off here. Of course, USPs especially, it just feels like they can change a pistol round in an instant, but NRG, I think, respecting that. Playing quite safe here. Not too many aggressive angles, just spotting for info. And that clock wind down.
shot.
OC on the P250 makes it look easy. And of course, on 11 HP, Bemis, no real option. I think cheaper head armor for him.
Yeah.
But either way, just not going to happen. Has to be a bit careful and make sure he's as far away from that bomb as possible as well.
He might still go down, honestly.
I'm thinking the same on this
Well,
map.
he's going to go down anyway.
Oh, we'll never know. We'll never know
I
if
think
the
he
bomb
would
would've
have.
got him.
I think he would have anyway. I feel like you still take a bit of damage. into those
Nuke
back
is
arrows.
crazy.
Yeah. I'll get a nice start. Buy coming in, but of course we will get a force buy from Monte. Double MP7 for Rainwaker and Azu. Rainwaker looked pretty good with the MP7 yesterday, so definitely worth keeping an eye out for as well. You get 1 rifle in play for Afro. And speaking of the MP7, here it is! Jumping MP7 response from Nitro. Oh, that is... Yeah, you just hate to see it. Or you love to see it, depending on how much you like the carnage. They're down towards B and quick.
Been a lot of noise while doing so. Oh, great break. Really great break. The bomb still goes down, unfortunately. Could have been huge if he was just a moment earlier. M4 chiming in. The MP7 unfortunately caught reloading. There's a lot of low HP bars here on both sides of the equation. Bemis takes one of the healthier players from that T side, actually. So into the 2 versus 2. Open angle from Sonic is successful. Nice bit of confidence from him. Bemis also deleted, so Sonic bailing him out on that AK.
Yeah, they take a lot of damage, but all that matters are round 1.
Suffering from success.
Yeah, single-handedly held back my football career a couple of years by my Yu-Gi-Oh! Successes putting on weight. Rainwaker. He's here, he gets one, he gets the support of Afro as well. Grim will get a consolation, but it's a nice little 3-piece for Monte out the gates. And the remaining 2 are Sonic and Nitro. They've snuck down Secret, yes, but you can't do anything. You don't have the bomb. You can't really get anything out of this round. Again, like, it is a bonus buy, sure, but what can you really make out of it? If you can get a couple more kills, then we can talk about it being a silver lining and okay, but they're a known quantity. They've had to make noise to break up in the window.
Yeah. Immediately revealing. They're trying to go for the old classic where, like, Nitro makes loads of noise and maybe there's, like, a bait catch out from Sonic's AK. Lovely little angle. Right idea, but not quite executed. It's tough. It is tough. Rainwaker finds both those kills despite the airstrike landing right next to him.
I think for NRG, especially with the strong start they've had in towards this half, they really want to be making sure they get something out of this. There's an ever so slight gap. Like Afro, depending on the reactions, he might spot maybe a pixel. Yeah, well, jumping up, he'll spot multiple pixels. Nitro, that felt unnecessary.
Yeah, just a bit too much confidence, a bit too much belief in those smokes. Afro back in for a bit more. Then he gets his head ripped off. Rainwaker with the odd angle working on ramp by himself, looking crisp for the first, but can't get any more going.
If you say Venn dive, I want to strangle you.
All right, fair enough. I won't do that then. Bemis,
don't do it, please.
Down below.
This is a horrible
They're
crossfire.
just trying to find a contact way in. Yeah, it's going to be tough. Really keen find there from Sonic.
Look at the time.
15 seconds. Bemis just has to hold them off and buy more and more time for his teammates to work with. Hitting at the back end of the site. He's got one player moving into him. Sonic just wasn't there to join, and Bemis going to hold down for both. Really well played. Swinging things back in their favor. The lower buy here as well. A couple Galils coming in. Not necessarily ideal. So really, really important round here. Monte have built up some cash. NRG right at the bottom end of it still. And they're quickly dropping in. Gizmi so ready for that. However, the smoke spam is effective. Bemis gets blinded up. It might have worked in his favor. So he doesn't strike too early, and he's going to catch them off. Trade will be there. It's a 1 versus 2. Rainwaker bomb at his feet. Oh! And transfers across. Oh, yes, the Bulgarian beast looks so good. A lot of work cut out for them. And not a lot of room. We'll see. Backs up against the wall. Maybe they've found a way to smash through it.
Nice trade.
Oh, these are the moments, though, aren't they? These are the rounds where you take your eye off the ball. Everybody thinking about the big rifle rounds. Rainwaker traded out. Azu in behind, but he will get caught. Trades are there. Oh, and OC denied the bomb plant. It just spilled in such an awkward spot for him.
You are one lucky individual. A tag taken. Oh, but he's limping.
Still committing, though. Re-smokes come in. Obviously got a plan for Nitro here. The flash is just not good enough. Gizmi playing really well from here the past couple of rounds, to be honest, to just hold the line and really be aware of these smoke moves. He will eventually go down, but I think he's done God's work from over here. So much information gathered. Catches a couple. Bro left 1 versus 3.
It's not going to be great in terms of the support around it. Obviously, he's not really going to have anything to drop. He can pick up a bit of util around the saved AK. Smoking a flash, maybe. Smoking an aid.
To their approach on both sides of the map thus far. Looks like there will be some outside presence at least shown. With 3 smokes, in fact, for the one player. So interested to see what the move is going to be. Afro on the aggression and Rainwaker using him as cover. Dink for dink. Will be the AK to come out on top, but he is left low.
Oh, yeah.
Afro's got a deagle. Got all that money in the world to make sure he gets the secondary out, looking for more. And the Frenchman pushes forwards, mowing them down, creating so much space and waving. Oh, good night. Just a cheeky little knife from Gizmi. I don't think he was necessarily looking for it, but it gives him the info that he needs. Another map for us ends with a crazy knife moment. All the same, Monte really clean this time around. Sure, it's a bit closer scoreline-wise than they maybe would have wanted. we're going to try and work on the noises. Maybe we'll try and get a taser guy out for the taser noise. That would be pretty good.
What's the classic one they do in movies, or the one that's been used for years?
Oh, yeah, like the Wilhelm scream. No, that's not bad. There you go.
Do some voice acting, I don't, but anyway, we're live. A pop flashing towards mid. They haven't cleared Sonic. Uh-oh. He's going to get 2. Make that 3.
Man.
Sonic, superb from him as he goes overlooked. Little mistake, and Nitro's here with the dualies. How good are the reactions? He's going to creep around this corner. He's being held at range. He now knows where both of them are. And this becomes really dicey. Can he get the kill? He's dealing damage. He's just keeping pressure on. He's dipping and diving as he looks for the frags, and Nitro gets both. 2 guns, 2 kills for him with the dualies. BM from our producer.
I'm used to it by now. To be honest,
you're the one doing it.
Plenty of no. I'll have you know, absolutely not. Pretty sharp from Afro to kick things off. He follows up. Little chunks taken out of Azuu, but Afro, of course, low. From his earlier exchange, it really is moving faster. Contact play for Gizmy. Out through middle, bro having a little look, and he just misses the timing, you know. Really could have been huge for him. This is a very, very strange game state. With that smoke coming in, they'll confirm the location in towards middle. Gizmy's so deep in here. Can't get the second, but just so much chaos, so much like information overload all of a sudden. 4 versus 2 in favor of Monte, looking very, very good. And this is going to be a puggy one now. They are all over right now taking these fights.
Yeah, exactly. And Monte did up to start on that C side, right? We debated where they would lean, whether they would go for the CT because it felt really nice at the tail end of Nuke, or do they go for the T side just because that's how this map leans, and they go for the strength of the map itself. And even Afro got tagged early in towards the round. He'll survive on his sliver of HP. Nice. Confident first to be taken.
Coming up a bachelor party, as they call it across the sea, and that's what we're thinking of doing.
So a little LAN party?
Yeah.
That'd be sick, actually. What a LAN party, actually. I can get behind that. OC. Oh, nice for the first. Only just a tiny bit of that shoulder showing, but sharp on the reactions, quick to find. Smart move there. Yeah. Drop it over, and then send him up as his lurking presence. And he doesn't even need to be a lurking presence. He can actually just be an insurance policy to hold for rotations. Like, no matter which side they go towards, he can try and cut them off, but he's going to try and fight here, and he'll lose his life. OC gets another.
Yeah, really, really smart stuff from OC as he's dynamic on the AWP. Meanwhile, aggression coming in towards B main, so I think this round really is numbered. Throw up top. Oh, that's a little rough. He leaves Rainwaker on 1 HP. Oh, God. They nearly get caught in transition. That could have been disastrous. I think they've gotten quite lucky to get away with that. Bemis trying to thread the needle here as he catches one reloading. Can he get any more to work their way into the site? The answer is yes, and Bemis remains healthy. Meanwhile, the CT side, not so much. Gap on the edge of the smoke, and Bemis is just absolutely tearing through them right now. An absolute demon. Rainwaker's HP makes all the difference in that fight, but Bemis is most certainly set up for this ace if he can get it going. Brings it down to just one. One last headshot required, and Bemis gonna get it. Oh my goodness. Puts the team in the backpack and wins the round all by himself.
Yeah, that is ballistic from Bemis. What a round from him.
Way bigger, comically large. Comically large. You don't want a huge one, you want like a well-proportioned one, right?
Yeah.
That's what it was all about.
Like mine.
Okay.
Gizmy gonna go around this corner. He won't clear the close corner though. So Gizmy and Azuu go down. I mean, NRG needed an emphatic response back in towards the gun round. This is a nice way to start it. However, we've already seen them lose a 5 versus 3.
Oh, maybe not here though. Yeah,
that was close to the double though.
It's a bit of work. He needed that first one cleaner. Doesn't quite happen. Afro with 4 to find on the AWP. They're split. He can isolate the 1v1s.
True.
So I don't mind the way this looks for him. And the energy's already there. You know, if one big clutch gets won, it often opens a game up. Everyone starts playing a bit more nervous. And
it's just he doesn't have time is any issue, right? If he has if it's like 50 seconds on the clock when he gets that kill, he can actually start moving around, but he has to commit to something here. He might actually just slip a gap, but if he plants, technically for Temple, he's doing all right. Oh, and he might, you know.
He's just
7 seconds.
Yeah, this is not it. Not it. Peekaboo from Nitro takes him down before he even gets the bomb plant in. And things evened up pretty quickly here. So going to be a competitive start into this map for damn sure.
Yeah, if he plants a temple, it's a plant up. I can't see it really going anywhere and towards around itself. But nice work. Nice mid-aggression. And it's also like Sonic who's playing anti initially too. One decent break open of that smoke and a flash behind it. And Bro and Sonic are in a lot of trouble.
Oh my. Bro with the jump scare. Maybe this is what they want to try and bait them in. It's a great flash. Bro is able to turn away and find one. Maybe the best of a bad situation there. Flash to slow them down. But there's no real utility to stop them getting in towards this A bomb site. OC revealed in towards heaven. Flank dealt with. Catching everything here. OC has managed to drop one. There's a lot of damage done. Can Grim make something of this? They are indeed going to go for the boost up. It's being watched. And that reveals the location of the final player as well. So Grim will take the AWP out, and another back and forth round here. Swings back for Monte to take the lead again.
The real gaps are opening towards A, though, and I think, you know, credit to Monte. We've already seen this in terms of their calling style. I think it was kind of like famed at the start of the year by Pyrovision, but Monte have been implementing a similar style of calling off the back of Gizmi, which is, if there's a weakness that we find and we explore, just continue going there. Basically, living and dying by the if it ain't broke, don't fix it sort of moniker, right? Grim, trying to save that all, but...
Enjoy the directive of focusing on the save a bit more than actively being involved and more heavily risking that weapon.
Yeah.
To be honest, yes, if you get flanked, but at least it feels like you've done everything right. It's a bit nitpicky.
Yeah.
But... Makes a difference, you know. He could have been on the AWP, could have been having some impact here. As it is, he's on the glass cannon M4.
Yeah, it's
interesting choice.
I mean, I guess he's gonna have money left over for the next round, but he really has to do something special with it. 5-7 up close, can rip heads at that sort of range. He just really wants to pick up an AK, but he's so nervy about rounding the corner. Molly down, that'll tickle the toes a little bit further and push him back in towards the site. So no recovered guns, which Monte can pick up on. They haven't scooped up one of the AKs, and they're just going to double pump this hitting towards A. They're expecting that Monte, off the back of the initial contact, would have naturally lent the other side, but Gizmi, Relentless in his calling. Like we said, when they find gaps, they continue to keep pushing on the weak point, and they're going to go back again towards the A site. Molly down in towards camera, bomb planted, and yes, numbers favor NRG in the post-bomb, but the HP doesn't, and now that does the weaponry, and that'll help with Afro getting one. And he can stay posted. Don't really have the util to force him off the angle either. He goes back towards Pillar. The AK will reclaim this main space, and he surely gets both there. Yeah, guys get collected, but you just got to get clotheslined. B-Mass for both. Leaves it all on the shoulders of Nitro with 5-7 half HP and no armor. No chance is the easy call I can make in this one. A 1 versus 3. He'll give it maybe a loose look in, but he doesn't have a kit, so it doesn't really matter. He might tap the bomb to see if he can draw people towards the site, or potentially try and see if he can get someone on the tail end, but it's not going to make a difference in the grand scheme. He gets his AWP, but he won't survive. But again...
That is insanely toxic.
Yeah, get rid of it.
That's so crazy.
Small percentages.
Yeah, gives their man advantage away. They could have swung in with 3 players with some rifles. There's a fair chance he draws crosshairs. The aim punches lever factor. So yeah, I think he was very nuanced, but will be the difference maker. OC with an active angle, able to drop the first. Looking for a little more here as Monte have sped up towards B, changing things up. NRG are very ready for it, though. 3 on the B bomb site itself.
I don't know whether Grim actually spotted B-Mass crossed, or if he's just doing the due diligence of checking as a just in case. They know that timing-wise he could have made it over with the flash, but I'm not sure whether they do actually know anything about it.
Oh, God.
And this is where B-Mass can maybe... Oh, he's got that crack angle. OC, I'm surprised to come out and being spotted. There it is. Gets it. Looks for a second. Oh, B-Mass. That is so sharp from him as well. He's having a fantastic map so far. He's 16-3 out the gates, and the relentless pressure is causing NRG to just crumble. He pulled apart at the seams. He's looking for more, and he'll be seen off by Sonic. But the Molly will bait out Nitro's position. It's a 3 versus 3. He's a known quantity, but Bro makes a move through E-Box, and they shut it down. Nitro should have been dead to rights, but he's the one who sees off the round.
They just missed the timing on it ever so slightly. Beamer, so as you say, world-beating performance right now. He can keep this going. Zuo and Rainwaker, Gizmi just quite quiet. They don't really need to be doing too much at the moment. Shadow spot. Oh! How long are those shadows? OC, beautiful find. Disastrous lineup. But that was right at the tip of the shadow for sure. He had so much info to work with. Beamers keeps the nice shots coming. Is it going to be enough in a round like this where now a man down and the weaponry just is not quite up to par?
He's just not missing at the moment, Beamers. It feels like while he's still alive and with an AK in his hands, there's still some level of belief. Numbers don't favor them. And a smoke at that time, just as we creep towards a minute on the clock. If in doubt, back to 8. Be what Monte have going for. The vast majority, they do have a bit of util as well, but they're trying to bait the smoke. I don't know if I love that. This goes down. So there's Rainwaker and it's all on the shoulders of Beamers. He's bailed them out on this site once before. It was an ace earlier, now looking for a quad clutch as he left in a 1 versus 2. Bomb down. He has a smoke as well, which he throws. I'll go over towards camera. He's playing on the site itself, expecting rotations to come through heaven. He's surely got to realize in a second that they've got to be coming through main. Time is ticking, and he's just not really accounting for it. He's just dipping and diving, checking every single angle. He surely gets caught in the backlines. They've crossed. Back spotted, though, from Beamaz. That should be 1. There it is. He's looking for another clutch. Beamaz holds down mouse 1, and he drops OC to 5 points of HP, but it's just about not enough. This is a dominant affair in this first half, and you know, you ask a lot of the question that I always like to ask in situations where he's pulling off clutches, like, is it replicable? You can't rely on one guy to bail you out, round in, round out. Flash in! Oh, that is a stunner! Superb from OC as Sonic swings into the fight and he lines up 3 with ease. Looks for a 4th. He'll nail it as well as Afro is caught on the jump across. Oh, that is sublime. Beautiful. What a shutdown and a flawless round from NRG against that low buy with ease.
Yeah, Afro forgetting you can just run around the back.
If he dies, he's now getting a rotate over from Gizmy, but the bomb is over there. So as much as they're taking mid presence and A presence, NRG had a favorable fight. That could have been interesting. Swing and a find! Oh, Grim and Nitro, the double swing is excellent. Wow.
Oh, it's Grim spray transfer.
Yeah, that'd be ridiculous.
It was Nitro from behind. Still, a really nice move as a collective.
It's a great call as well. Like, what a re-aggress for information. Especially off the back of the Molly tick as well.
Yeah.
Poor Azu, he's having a tough game, but he's really taking some unfavorable fights.
Yeah, the licks are pretty nasty. 15 seconds left on this clock. 2 at A main. Surely not. Just mollied the site you need to plant on. That doesn't help. Missed shot from OC. They should be able to get the bomb down here, but it's going to cost them some players decent damage as the second nade doesn't quite reach. Again, though, wing and a prayer here for these remaining 2 players. One of them is Bemus. He's not super healthy. He's looking, gagging for a fight, but he will be denied. It's all on to Gizmy, the IGL. He gets overwhelmed, and a really nice finish coming in. NRG will just battle back to make sure that they are able to put up a really strong first half.
NRG look a lot more holistic in terms of their approach here on their map pick. They've got a lead heading in towards the second half. If they can get a pistol to start this T side, I mean Monte could be in a bit of trouble. Let's see. First fight is good for Azu. But for a second, he's under a bit of pressure. He's also being flanked, which he realizes is just a little bit too late.
Yeah, but I'm in complete agreement. Oh, God. Knife damage is huge, actually. I think you might have missed the first slash, which just slightly reduces your knife damage. Sonic going to catch Afro with nade in hand. Surely still got to see this one off, though. It's all on Bro. He's known about now. The clock got close. You can't rely on it. The spin around is ridiculous, and he looks so damn cool for just a moment. Can't believe what he's done. A crazy 1-on-3 from Bro. You've got a couple players who are struggling, and they're in this modern gimmicky style maybe going to be abused, but it will just show itself in the retakes. Quick burst out towards A, though, is a little wacky, if you ask me. Going through the smokes here. The flashes are good from the CT side. They've dropped that bomb, and things look really solid. Everyone rotating in. Trade should be easy. And NRG with maybe an overzealous move, maybe expecting an eco. It's what they did in the first half when they lost the pistol. They went straight for the eco. Changing it up here has clearly caught them off. And a big force buy win for Monte.
Yeah, it's a huge call from Gizmy there as well to gamble that A site. Puts a lot of pressure on NRG in towards round number 17 with this gun round. You lose here, and Monte can start seriously pulling away, and that starts really opening the door for the 2-0. I mean, that conversation now starts to really become quite apparent. They're going to go for a B main pop, and B-Mass for one. Azu's stuck in the open. He can't escape, so Grim gets both.
Yeah, I respect the idea. They're also getting aggressive towards A here, so really not letting up on the Monte side of things, trying to lay down the law. It's a lot of information, though, now for the T sides to work with, as well as that man advantage. 1 damage from the nade. Classic. That used to happen all the time in CSGO. I feel like the CS2 nades are way more consistent, but
Yeah.
1 damage done, not quite going to be enough. There's a moment in the smoke here. Sonic is looking. Rainwaker's angle is very odd and not going to be expected. That's for damn sure. Seems like the bomb is creeping towards B. They're trying to fake things out at middle. They've abandoned the A side itself. These guys are really ready for a move towards B. Swing comes in off the back of a flash there. Does not happen. Gizmy with a really cheeky angle, but his muscle memory getting the better of him. Just peeks around the corner into the wall. Afro surely has to save from here. NRG with a big find.
Yeah, can't afford to get this one a look in Afro. It's just not worthwhile losing the AWP. And knowing that on the flip side as well, that NRG haven't had the finances to buy one, that they would love to scoop that up as a freebie, as a cherry on top to a nice T-side round. We said there was a lot of pressure on this one for them. If you'd lost this NRG, you don't have many gun rounds left before the end of the series ultimately, but it's that fight there. I mean, Gizmy, he has all the advantage. Spots his shoulder first and the gun bro, and actually the AWP will end up being recovered at the end there. OC will love that freebie.
Just lacking some depth tactically. Yesterday, at least. Seems a little better here today.
Yeah.
Like I say, I think a lot of it was mental.
Yeah, I got to agree. I'll come back to why I brought that up in a second, because B-Mass has a chance on a couple, but he only gets one, and oh, Grim. Just a battering ram in towards that B site as he gets both. Barrel of Rainwaker spotted, it'll bait him out, and Bro gets a freebie. Left down to one, it's all on the shoulders of the young IGL, and Gizmy cannot convert. Grim, fantastic round from him, and NRG are starting to seriously pull away now.
Outside of A main as well, from both sides really. Tilty will start to come in now as that window of initial aggression begins to close. However, still looking for a move.
Oh.
1 is good, 2 would be better.
Oh, where'd that gun go?
Gets it, the spaghetti arms coming into play. Bro looking good over on A. So I think although it's slow going, it does just feel like NRG in full control of the round.
Oh, hang on. This is the bomb here towards stairs. And to make matters worse, this bomb is alone. Because they're assuming that Bro has got forward here because he is all alone. Oh my god, if Afro looks towards his left, he gets one for free. That is going to be the bomb drop. There it is. Afro gets time for a reload. Look at the time here as well. 15 seconds. If he can get a favorable kill, oh, it's going to save you. Gizmy's still here though.
Yep.
If they plant for main, Gizmy wins the round alone. He's just waiting, biding his time. He knows where they're planting. Oh no, there's no time to plant. That'll be it. Monte win it off the clock. And Nitro could go down off the time. He does get the shot off, so he keeps the AWP in play. But at an oversight by NRG, they left things a little too late and thought that the clock was their friend. You know, we've spoken about for Monte that they're so calculated in their risk, but that's a risk that you just have to take. You know you don't bring a lot of firepower to run. I mean, it was, Gizmy and Afro both had pistols. They didn't have a half armor. It was just USPs. Gizmy had 1 flash. Like, they've got to take something a bit risky in terms of their engagements. It's really well done. Speaking of, Sonic did well on the pistol earlier. He could get Gizmy overlooked here. Oh, and he will. This one, look at the 2. He can't quite get it, but the quick trade that comes through from B-Mass. Pulls out the pistol. I'd prefer he reloads, which now he opts for. NRG down to 2. Monte are on the brink of tying this game up and breaking the backbone of NRG, leaving them penniless.
OC. Oh, misses the shot. So there goes the conversation for this round. Monte with a gift in the previous, and they have absolutely taken it with both hands.
Yeah.
Looking fantastic here. Back in the conversation. Game back alive. 2-0. Back alive, in fact. Credit where it is due. They've done very well under the pressure there to just keep this rolling.
We are Observer Jonas with that 2-0 Monte pick.
Hey, maybe.
Something. Chef said 2-1, but the way
that
things
still
are panning
counts.
out,
Oh,
yeah,
he's listening.
Yeah, we get you, Jonas. Oh, yeah.
The win still counts.
He can go back to his nodding now because he's probably feeling good about himself.
Me and you getting it completely wrong is, you know,
Half of the course.
that's the tough. Well, yeah, it does happen. It does happen.
maybe Anubis can really be incorporated towards that pool. They've actually played some good CS on it.
Yeah, definitely a map to keep an eye on in future for this squad, but a lot of it comes down to, again, that unlikely round, just really riding the wave of that momentum. NRG, it feels like they are potentially out of ideas. Sonic goes flying in all by himself, no buddy system. Not quite sure what the idea is behind that, to be honest with you, and it just leaves... Look at this info from behind B as well.
Yeah.
So ready for
look at the numbers towards A. They're about to bring a fourth player over. I mean, NRG don't know it, but they're being strangled in a vice here. Oh, I thought like he could line them up there. Just threads the needle.
Yeah, Afro unable to hit the shot. He sticks around, though. Confident to take a couple more, thanks to that early opener. Will lose his head eventually, but this smoke is just so perfectly timed. We're still going to try here, and all four waiting on the other side of the smoke. It's just not going to happen. They've got no one in towards middle. Tiny little eyeball on it. Maybe a round they are ready for that has been rehearsed. Afro trained in with this AWP. Will he be flashed off? The answer is no. They send a shoulder out to try and deal with him. 1-for-1, not going to be good enough. The AWP still standing strong and hitting shots. Absolutely no trouble for Monte to clean it up. And NRG running out of energy, running out of steam and fuel and everything you need in Counter-Strike to keep going.